Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Porter County Perspective. I'm your host this week, Bryce Dowd. This week my guest is a representative from Housing Opportunities in Valparaiso, Indiana. Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's really great to be here.
Can you introduce yourself and tell us what your role is at Housing Opportunities?
So my name is Lisa Franco, and I am the Director of Development at Housing Opportunities, and we are working to resolve and prevent homelessness here in the entire Porter County area, as well as LaPorte County too. As the Director of Development, I have the great privilege to share our story with the community, as well as work one-on-one with our donors and businesses that support our mission and the work that we are doing to resolve and prevent homelessness. So I get to come and do great things like this and, again, just share our mission of the work that we're doing.
Can you tell us what Housing Opportunities is and its mission?
So at Housing Opportunities, again, the heart of our mission is to resolve and prevent homelessness, and we do that by offering emergency housing, affordable rentals, and permanent supportive housing for people with diagnosed disabilities. We also have a resource center that is available to anyone that may be experiencing street homelessness in our county. That is open at our main office at 2001 Calumet Avenue in Valpo. We also have a street outreach coordinator on staff that can actually be our boots on ground in our county and within our communities if people are aware of individuals that may be living in their car or may actually be physically street homeless. Our street outreach coordinator can connect that person with our services as well as our resource center to start that journey to stable housing.
When were you founded, and can you tell us how you came to be?
In 2000, Opportunity Enterprises was offered a grant to start a housing program in our county. Well, at that time, the grant that was offered was not aligning with their mission and the work that they do at Opportunity Enterprises. My former CEO was employed by Opportunity Enterprises and then was given the option to utilize the grant that was offered and spin off Housing Opportunities. So a lot of people sometimes think we are connected, but in fact we are not. Housing Opportunities is working to, again, resolve and prevent homelessness. And again, it was by able to receive the grant to be able to start the mission of Housing Opportunities.
How big is the team that works for Housing Opportunities, and what are some of their obligations?
So we are a team of 27. We have our leadership team is our CEO, myself, the Director of Development, our Director of Project Management, our Director of Shelter Clients, Shelter Services, our Finance Department. So we're a team of 27 strong. And some of the responsibilities that our staff has is, our Finance Department, they're ensuring that we can continue to do the work that we do and serve the people in the community. Our project director of project development, she is overseeing all of our projects that we have going on in the community right now. And then we also have our director of property management. She manages all of our property and she has a staff. And then we have our client services program that is one of the largest staff because that staff is actually working one-on-one with the clients as they are a part of the shelter and ensuring that they are staying on track for their goals and working towards stable housing in the community.
About how many community members does Housing Opportunities serve?
So last year, we served a record number of people, and we served over 1,300 people in our community. And that is across all of our programs. So that's the shelter, the resource center, our affordable rentals, and our permanent supportive housing clients. So over 1,300 people was our highest year yet.
What types of people find themselves needing resources from Housing Opportunities?
Our clients are from all different walks of life. A lot of people have a preconceived notions of what a, person that's experiencing homelessness, they should just go to get a job. They are, alcoholics or, drug addicted. There is a very preconceived notion of the population that we serve. Anybody that may be experiencing homelessness for whatever reason that might have brought them to our door, we are going to do our best to ensure that we can provide them with whatever resources they may need. If they are battling addiction or mental health issues, we're going to connect them with other resources in the community to ensure that they can have a clear path of the expectations of the program at Housing Opportunities, but also they're ready to take that next step. So we want to ensure that we can get them the help, whether that be medically or mentally, that we can ensure that they are going to have the best next step to find stable housing in the community. So our clients are all walks and paths in life. I mean, they're adults that go to work every day. They're kids that go to school every day. It's not a population of what people think they might have in mind of someone that may be panhandling on the side of a road, or, they're everyday people, adults that go to work every day and kids that go to school every day.
Can you tell us what other organizations Housing Opportunities works closely with?
So we work real close with Porter Stark. We work with them in regards to ensuring the mental health of the clients that we're serving. We also work real close with HealthLink and North Shore. Those are our federally qualified health centers in our communities that our clients can get the medical attention that they might need. We also work, believe it or not, we work with the VNA and their Meals on Wheels program. We have clients that are in our affordable rentals and our permanent supportive housing that, they can access meals to ensure that, we can fill food gaps for our clients as well. So we are so fortunate and blessed to be able to live in a county and within a community that has incredible resources for any walk of life, and we really all are here to support each other.
Can you tell us about what exactly emergency housing is?
So our emergency housing is for anyone that is experiencing street homelessness. All of our programming is on a wait list. So if someone is experiencing homelessness, the first step would be to come into our office and have an assessment done. And during that assessment, we will put the person on the list, and then we can keep in contact with them to let them know where they're at on that wait list to get a bed within the emergency housing units. During that time, we have a resource center on site that people can access, where they can do a load of laundry, take a shower, they have a safe place to be, they can access the internet. So while they may be waiting to get into the shelter, we can ensure that they have other resources available to them, and just ensure that they're making, those next choices and steps that we can stay in contact with them.
How long are clients able to stay in emergency housing?
So our clients do not have a time frame. So our clients there is boundaries and guidelines that each of our clients know that they are required to maintain and work while they're a part of the shelter. So they are working. What makes our services really unique is that when someone comes into the emergency housing unit, they're immediately paired up with a housing advocate. And that housing advocate is there to work one-on-one and alongside them to ensure that they can be ready to make next steps for their housing situation within the community. So if clients come in and they're trying to find a job or apply for other resources, our housing advocate is going to ensure that they are setting small obtainable goals for themselves and reaching those goals week after week to ensure that, again, the final result will be to get them stably housed. So there is not a time limit. We used to have a time limit. We used to only allow people to stay with us for 4 months. And that immediately we saw was creating a barrier for our clients. So from day one, they were already thinking, okay, I only have X amount of days now, only X amount of days. And it was getting to be really stressful for the clients that we were serving. So several years ago, we went away with the time limit, and now we're seeing between 90 and 120 days. So it's not that people are coming to stay in our shelter and they're there for years. They have to be actively and proactively working with their housing advocate, meeting with their housing advocate, and really working towards those small attainable goals, which is the ultimate goal, is to be housed.
Can you tell us about Rapid Rehousing?
So Rapid Rehousing is a program. It's actually a grant that's offered through the state of Indiana. So if someone's coming from a shelter experience, they can apply for rental assistance through the Rapid Rehousing program. We work with other landlords across the entire county to ensure that we can stably house our clients that are coming from the shelter, and they can get rental assistance through the Rapid Rehousing Program for up to 2 years. So they could get anywhere between 80 and 90% of their rent paid. They would be responsible for whatever is not covered. And so during that program as well, through that time that they're getting assistance, they are still continuing getting support from housing opportunities. They have a housing advocate that is working with them to ensure that they are creating a budget, because ultimately at the end of the rental assistance program, our name will come off the lease and their name will go on the lease, and they are able to remain stably housed in the apartment after the assistance is over.
What is the Resource Center and what does it provide?
So the Resource Center is, I don't even think the Resource Center is quite 2 years old yet. The Resource Center, we opened to help provide a need in the community for people that didn't have anywhere to go during the day. So we're open to anyone. So male or female families, they can come into the Resource Center. And it's kind of like a large living room, but it also has computer stations, has a full kitchen, laundry services, restrooms and showers. So anyone can come into the Resource Center that needs to even, access the internet to download information or print off information. And really our staff there in the Resource Center as well is, open and able to have conversations with the clients or anybody that accesses the Resource Center. If they're working towards stable housing, if they have questions, we're there to be a warm place for people to be, to get off the street and ensure that they are able to provide, we can help provide what they need in that immediate time.
Can you tell us about permanent supportive housing?
Yeah, so our permanent supporting housing program is actually for anyone that has a diagnosed disability. So that could be head of household or a child within the family. We have units across Porter and LaPorte County that actually we utilize their disability as a portion of their rent. So, but during also with the permanent supportive housing units, they're again met with a housing advocate to ensure that their disability isn't dictating their life. We are checking in on our clients to ensure that if there are children in the home, that they are getting the resources and that they need. And it really is a great program to ensure, again, that the disability isn't dictating the family or the life, and also ensuring that they can get the things that they need provided to them, again, with the housing advocate support.
What is street outreach?
So we have a street outreach coordinator on staff, and he is our boots on ground in the community. He actually is out canvassing certain areas in our county that we have learned may be prone to homeless people, maybe tent camping, or people that may be sleeping in their car. So if anyone contacts Housing Opportunities, if they say, oh, you know what, we saw a person in the park, or we saw a person at the grocery store, and it really looks like, they possibly could be living in their car, we will have our street outreach coordinator go to them and, again, provide with resources, ensure that they are aware of, the resource center initially, but also our street outreach coordinator can do assessments on site within the community for people that can't come to us.
Can you tell us about affordable rentals?
So we have almost 200 affordable rentals scattered site throughout Valparaiso, Portage, LaPorte, and Michigan City. So our affordable rentals can range anywhere from $250 to $650 for a 3-bedroom. Our affordable rentals are typically about 30% lower than the average mean of rent that is asked for in the county. So we really want to we're in the business of housing people, so we really want to ensure that when people come to us that they can continue to afford the rent. There is an application process for it. We are on a wait list for all of our affordable rentals, but we always encourage people don't let that dismay you. Come in, get that application filled out and get it turned in, because everybody's journey is different and everybody's leases are up at different times. Everybody's change in life changes. So we just really encourage people to come in and get on that list, because you might get in before you know, or you may have to wait a little while. But again, they are income-based, so there is kind of that sweet spot of you can't make too much and you can't make too little. You have to be able to afford and sustain the rent that's due every month. But we're also willing to work. And then we have some of our affordable rentals. It's just a flat rate. It's $500 for a studio apartment, and that's what it is. So we just really encourage people to come in and get that application and get it filled out.
You offer coaching. Could you go into detail about that?
Yeah, so our housing advocates, again, whether people are coming in to access the resource center or they're working one-on-one with their clients, we are the client's biggest cheerleader, because, again, ultimately, we want them to be stably housed. That's the ultimate goal for all of our clients that we serve. So with our housing advocates, we are there to be a resource for our clients as they navigate next steps. So if let's say it's a family that is needing something for one of their children, but they may not be able to afford it right away. It could be as simple as a pair of shoes or an extracurricular activity. Part of my position as well, working with our donors, sometimes the housing advocates will reach out and say, hey, Lisa, I have a family that needs this. Do you think there might be a donor that would be willing to help support this? And we have the most amazing, incredible donors in the community, and I can brag a little bit about that, but they truly, truly see the need. They see the work that we're doing. They see our success rate. They hear our success stories of the clients we're serving. So to be able to have the housing advocate there for the client to help coach them and help them and really create a relationship of trust, to know that we are here to cheerlead them. We are here to be their biggest supporters, because we want to see them succeed.
How could someone get access to these resources?
So the internet, our website is www.hoi.help, as well as, our phone number's on there, so they can call in and they can talk to a housing advocate. We're ready and willing to help in any way, shape, and form. They can come straight to our office. Our office hours are 10 to 4, Monday through Friday, and we will be more than happy to sit down with anyone and share with them all of our resources and all that we do offer.
Are you accepting donations?
Yeah, so we actually, we on site at Housing Opportunities, we have a small food pantry on site that we allow any of our clients to access. We want to ensure that families aren't going to go hungry, and we want to help fill those food gaps. And also we put things in the resource center and that are, easy kind of quick cook items for people to make and have available to them, and even items that they can kind of grab and go and take with them once the resource center closes. So we're always taking food pantry items. So you can walk those in Monday through Friday, or you can actually leave them in our vestibule that's located at Calumet Avenue in Valpo. We will take any type of food pantry items. Larger items, we ask that you just give us a call, because sometimes we do have families that may need a sofa if it's in a good condition. They may need a kitchen table and chairs if it's in good condition. But we just ask that you call first, because we want to be good stewards to the donations that we do receive, and we want to ensure that we can get them right to a family once we do receive them. So we just ask to call, and we do not take any type of clothing.
What are some of the items that are most needed from the food pantry?
Yes, so most items that are always needed at the food pantry are toilet paper, paper towels, and those quick cook items like your canned pastas, your easy mac and cheese, your chicken noodle soups, things that can get heated up pretty quick, and that people can just have while they're in the resource center. And even some freezer meals, the microwave freezable meals that people can just have. Those are always great items to have on hand. And then, again, our food pantry, all of our clients can access it, and those are always items that are always an ongoing need.
Do you need to fill any career or volunteer positions?
And not at this time. We are fully staffed and we don't have any positions open within the organization. And our volunteer at this time are kind of on an as-needed basis. I do have different, sometimes school groups or different church congregation groups that reach out that are looking for a service project. And I'll work with the staff to see if there might be something that we could put together that would be meaningful for them to participate in, but also that a need that is needed for us to get done. Sometimes it's something as terrible as washing walls in the resource center or, taking everything out of the food pantry and cleaning everything. But those are things that sometimes get really overlooked because ultimately we're there to serve the people and our clients. So sometimes having those extra set of hands on site to do some of that stuff is incredibly helpful. So we don't have an ongoing volunteer opportunity, but we do have some opportunities for people to help in a very specific way.
Is there anything else you would like to tell our listeners before we conclude the interview?
Again, the work that we're doing here in the community is so needed. COVID really opened our eyes to the need in our communities. And again, like I had said, we served a record number of people, and it's only going to continue to get larger if a community doesn't come together to help resolve homelessness where we all live, because when we do, everyone truly does benefit. And I just would encourage people to reach out, check us out on Facebook, read the stories. Feel free to call in, and I want to encourage anybody, if you want to come in and take a tour, I'm happy to show you around. I'm happy to show you firsthand the work that we're doing to resolve and prevent homelessness, because when we do come together and we make a promise to our neighbors that are most in need, making that promise to them ensures and shows them that they are being supported by the community that they live in.
That's going to wrap things up for this week's edition of Porter County Perspective. I'd once again like to thank Housing Opportunities for coming in. This has been Bryce Dowd signing off for Porter County Perspective.